Before we dive in, here's a quick reminder to subscribe and hit that like button to stay tuned for more great movie discussions. Have you ever thought a film deserved a second shot, one more chance to shine on the big screen? Christopher Nolan's movies usually create waves at the box office, but not every one of his films has enjoyed a fair spotlight. Um, Here's a story that starts with Interstellar. A decade after its debut, it returned to IMAX theaters for a limited run. Even though it played on just over 300 screens in just 2 weeks, uh, the movie pulled in millions worldwide. Podden Wills, um, that kind of lasting draw shows how seeing a classic in a theater can be an entirely different experience, no matter how many times it streams in your living room. What's smaller living with Silite, and then with that level of success, it would make sense for studios to consider re-releasing other Nolan films, uh, but there's one that truly stands out as a missed opportunity. His 2020 blockbuster Tenet, which never got the proper theatrical rollout in America. Um, Here's where things get complicated. That Remember the turmoil of summer 2020? And Warner Brothers kept hoping theaters in New York and Los Angeles would reopen. So Tenet's release bounced around the calendar until it barely landed in select theaters late the summer. Even then, two of the biggest movie-going cities were left out entirely, saying really can figure out intends to entirely sitting, right? Entirely. The pandemic wiped out the kind of massive run a Nolan film would typically command. Uh, Even a limited 2 week IMAX return didn't come close to making up uh, for the missed moment. Um, Tenet ended up with a patchwork theatrical release, robbing audiences of the kind of immersive spectacle Nolan's films are made for a movie packed with wild stunts, intricate action, and a twisty plot. Watching on a phone or even a decent home setup just doesn't cut it. Remember those old Star Wars re-releases that insisted real fans needed to see them on the big screen at least once? Tenet fits that bill too. Now the landscape has shifted space and forms. Nolan's reputation has only grown, especially after directing the Oscar-winning Oppenheimer. People are even more willing now to check out everything he's done. With Interstellar's successful return, there's every reason to believe a proper theatrical run for Tenet could finally give the film its due. Imagine seeing it start to finish with surround sound rattling your seat and all those jaw-dropping visuals up close. Tempting, isn't it? Seeing it. And if you can't take it to the theater, you can always rent Tenet digitally. And then that, just know that you might want to leave your phone somewhere you can't reach if you ever hope to keep up with the plot. And honestly, trying to explain the story of Tenet to a friend who missed it, that's a bigger challenge than reversing time itself. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.